I am once again fucking with my audio, so if things sound extra shit, I will probably fix that by the next match. But until then, we have two similarly colored robots, that being the fan favorite Anxiety Attack and Trailblazer 3, to see who will become the first to be eliminated in the top 16. Despite a strong start by Anxiety Attack, Trailblazer gets a few whacks in. Anxiety Attack showing good perseverance here, withstanding the blows and pushing back. Heaving the great axe there is Trailblazer 3 once more. Trailblazer 3 being knocked down by the tremendous Captain Safeguard, with Anxiety Attack maybe just defeating Trailblazer 3 here after being knocked down by a narrow judge's decision loss against Dragonite 2. And Anxiety Attack will move on to the top 12. Good news, my audio is still fucked as ever. But until then, ooh, we have Daisy Bell looking for revenge against the Verts, taking its frustration out on Palladium, a promising newcomer who didn't have the best luck in the first round, getting knocked out there by Yellowheart 2. Palladium's also wanting to get revenge against the front hinges, but Daisy Bell almost flips Palladium right out of the arena there with an impressive shove, and will continue to control the pace of this fight as Palladium gets tossed into the drum once again. Daisy Bell pushing Palladium up against the wall, maybe getting stuck for a second there, but Palladium slips away. Oh, Palladium may be stuck again, trying to right itself, but it's stuck on its back. Could Daisy Bell pull off the win in this awkward fashion already? Alright, so we've got Brad Drone here versus the side tournament champion and punished Bullbot, making a run here, trying to keep his hopes alive in the top 16, as the axe, ironically, runs into the hammer. Brad Drone sneaking underneath, trying to come back after a obliteration at the hands of Phlogiston. Unfortunately, it looks like Brad Drone is just carrying that energy right over, and bullying Bullbot is now just pinned up against the wall. Bullbot wants to get away from here. As durable as it is, there's only so much punishment one Bullbot can take, as it continues just doing barrel rolls and is now up against the hammer. The robot that's taking the most hammer shots right now is the hammer itself, which is not what you want to see. Unless you're, of course, Tommy, with Brad Drone slamming once again Bullbot into the hammer. Now, Bullbot finally getting underneath Brad Drone, giving a shot to the eyebrow, trying to poke out Brad Drone's eye here. And maybe it's time to shove Brad Drone into a hammer, as we'll go all across the arena, trying to punch a hole through the side of Brad Drone as the machines meet face to face. A huge slam from punished Bullbot as he tries to mount a comeback here, flipping over Brad Drone, who tries to get the Surimak into play. Bullbot not relenting at all, but here's the comeback with Brad Drone tearing away some of that bottom armor and going to work once again, picking up where he left off, ripping out a wheel and the tournament hopes. So here we have Fractured Diamond versus Grumpy Gustavo. Grumpy Gustavo coming out strong, but might have some difficulties against this horizontal spinner here, as it already pops out a pupil. Grumpy Gustavo, no worse for wear so far. Tries to get that little flipper into play, but it's not getting too much vertical distance as the destructive horizontal spins away. From Gustavo getting high-centered on its own eyeball here as it flicks off Fractured Diamond across the arena. Struggling still is a Grumpy Gustavo that slowly marches towards an unstable Fractured Diamond. Oh! Fractured Diamond with a rebound move off the ropes. Comes flying back at Grumpy Gustavo, who's finally freed himself from the debris. But futilely spamming the flipper isn't getting him too much in the way of airtime. Fractured Diamond is torn away much of that left side of Gustavo, but still Gustavo remains resilient and aggressive. Fractured Diamond stuck on its side somehow as it pops off part of that wing, or the rest of the wing, really, of Grumpy Gustavo. Halfway through, and Gustavo looks like he's on Ozempic with all the slimming he's done, courtesy of Fractured Diamond. Fractured Diamond has its little blade kind of jammed up there for a moment, but is right back towards slamming against the front of Grumpy Gustavo, who's holding up remarkably well, all things considered. But we'll see how long it can last. If it can last the full remaining minute. Its best bet at this point in the match is probably to try to shove Fractured Diamond down into the pit. But right now, it's just playing a close grapple game here in the middle of the arena. Fractured Diamond doesn't have too much in the way of control here at this point. Just stuck on top of the scoop of Gustavo, who might be carefully just poking towards one of the arena hazards, maybe the pit here. 20 seconds remaining. Will it go judge's decision, or can Gustavo finish it quickly via the pit? Fractured Diamond will need to free itself, score some hits real quick as the time marks down. Has Fractured Diamond done enough aside from the damage? Yeah, no, probably not.
I'm gonna be real, I don't think so, Chief.